Welcome back to Ignorance is Bliss. I'm Cash. Y'all know that.
It's Indica. How you doing?
Hey. And today we got a little daily wrap-up crew. Little Dr. Umar Johnson. You know who Dr. Umar Johnson is, right?
Yeah, he's a black man.
He is black. Yes. He don't know who Dr. Umar Johnson is.
I don't know.
He has no idea who Dr. Umar Johnson is. Who? Let's get into it.
Got my good brother right here, who's an advocate, and he says that you can be pro-black and date outside.
Impossible. You cannot. Marriage is a business. When you get married, you commit your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and your pocketbook. Your savings, your estate, your wealth. You commit that to that person you're married to. See, when you marry, you don't marry an individual. You marry into a race. You marry into a community. So I didn't marry a Jewish woman. I married into Jewish society. I didn't marry an Asian woman. I married into an Asian family. There's no way you can claim to love black people, especially as a black man, knowing that only 1 out of every 4 black women will get married in her lifetime. We have the lowest female marriage rate in the country, 25%. That means 75% of black women will never, ever know what it feels like to be proposed to.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Wrap-Up Crew. No Booker, but I go by the name of Eli. As always, we got Ace with us.
Yes, indeed. You know who it is. It's the only podcast that's relevant. We got Umar on the show. It's Black Excellence. You know what I mean? Out here.
Okay, I respect that. Last but not least, we got Jew.
What it do? I'm here with my crew, Dr. Umar, too. And if you don't like, share, subscribe, 100 lashes for you.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I
came prepared. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, y'all was brainstorming.
You know what I'm saying? I had to. I had to write today. You know, Umar was pulling up.
Listen, man, we got special guests in the building. We got the Prince of Pan-Africanism, King Kong Consciousness. So y'all know the man. Dr. Umar Johnson.
Glad to be here, fellas. Thanks for inviting me.
And real quick, can you let the folks know that sleeping under a rock that might not know who you are?
Absolutely. Dr. Umar Ifatunde, certified school psychologist, doctor of clinical psychology, founder of the National Independent Black Parent Association, Team Pan-African, the international movement for the independence and protection of African people. I'm probably most known for helping black parents learn how to protect their children from the special education crisis in the ADHD to prison pipeline. Author of 2 books, Psychoacademic Holocaust, The Special Education and ADHD Wars Against Black Boys, as well as Black Parent Advocate, The Art of War, for dealing with America's public and charter schools. I'm also a Pan-Africanist, a Garveyite, and I'm currently putting the finishing touches on the first school in American history to be funded exclusively by the African diaspora, and that is the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy. If all goes well, we'll probably be having our community grand opening during Kwanzaa 2023.
Listen, before we get into these...
So first of all, what you think about all this nigga credentials?
No, yo, he's certified. Yo, no, he's valid. Nah, he's valid. He's valid. He got a lot of shit going on.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Yo. Let's just watch the video, man. I've been following Dr. Umar for a while, so let's just watch.
These topics, you got to make sure we get an invite, man, so we can pull up.
Oh, for sure.
Before we get into these topics, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if y'all not already subscribed, join the YouTube membership, man. We got some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage, access to early episodes, and then cop the merch, man, dailywrappercrew.co, man. Make sure y'all go support. Listen, let me get to this first.
I ain't got no shirt for me.
Oh, definitely do.
We definitely got
definitely do.
You know what I'm
2XL, don't give me no bra.
I told you.
You
See?
Yeah, you did.
I did. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate
it. Listen, get into this first topic, right? I know you're very big with the Pan-African community. What is your ultimate goal that you have in mind for the overall Pan-African community?
Great question. The vision, the mission, the goal of Pan-Africanism is to unite all African people globally into one unified and organized system through which we can protect ourselves politically, economically, socially, culturally, spiritually, academically, so forth and so on. So unity is the foundation and independence is the elevation. That's the goal of Pan-Africanism, to make sure African people are not dependent upon members of other races in order to protect our lifestyle, our culture, and most of all, the destiny of our children. Do for self is the heart and soul of Pan-Africanism. So when we win, we will be in charge of our lives. We will control the banks. We will control the hospitals. We will control the criminal justice.
How do you feel about that?
in what he's saying, I think is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way it should be.
So, for the uneducated, what is Pan-Africanism?
Pan-Africanism is the Americans here in the diaspora who came here, or like the black Americans that are here migrating back to Africa. Yes, that's what Pan-Africanism is, bro. It's basically taking the black Americans, because you got to understand, you have black Americans who are considered FBA, who are foundational black Americans. They love being black Americans. I consider myself foundational black American. I love being a black American. I love being from here, from the United States. But Pan-Africanist or a person who supports Pan-Africanism, they want black Americans to basically be able to migrate back to Africa and link up with the Africans that are over in whatever country in that continent, and to be able to, create a unity between those two. Now, let's get the full definition of whatever, but that's what it is. The formal definition of Pan-Africanism is a worldwide movement that aims to encourage and strengthen the bonds, solidarity between all indigenous and diasporas of African ancestry. Based on a common goal dating back to the Atlantic slave trade, the movement extends beyond continental Africans with a substantial support base. See, so basically, yeah. I didn't even say anything about Europe. So I guess the Africans over there as well.
Yeah.
Too. All right. So yeah,
all blacks.
Basically, now, with that being said, like I said, I consider myself a foundational black American, which means, granted, and I say this and do not hide it, my mom was born in Panama. Yes, this motherfucker right here. She was born in Panama. My dad was born in South Carolina. Man in South Carolina. He met my mom in the Navy when she was young. They got married in Panama, moved here. I've never been to Panama. I was raised here. We're only been raised here around my black American family, his side of the family.
Right.
Like, I didn't really start meeting my mom's side until I got older. So all I know is black American ways. I don't know anything about Panama. Like, I've never been to Panama. All I know is black American.
Right.
So I consider myself a black American. Granted, my mom is from Panama. She, she native language is Spanish, but I don't consider myself that.
So the big word that I heard was, unity, right? So what is your overall thoughts? Obviously, you can see that we have this gender war going on, this diaspora war going on. What's your thoughts on those overall wars that's going on within the Pan-African community?
I would not be surprised if we learned 20, 30 years from now that the domestic gender war was inspired by the FBI. Just as the FBI gave birth to COINTELPRO back in the 70s and 60s to disrupt and destroy the credibility and success of black liberation movements, I could very well see where COINTELPRO or something similar to it could have also been invented to turn the black woman against the black man and the black man against the black woman. If you look at this, it looks just like COINTELPRO, except it's not Stokely Carmichael fighting Huey P. Newton. It's not Dr. King, and Malcolm having differences. You understand? It's you and your baby's mother having differences. It's you and your fiance having differences. It's you and your wife having differences. And the family is an institution, no different than SNCC, no different than CORE, no different than the Panthers, no different than the Garvey movement, no different than the Freedom Riders. So I'm keeping an eye on it, but I really do believe that at some point we're going to find out that the U.S. government had a hand in the gender wars and the promotion of it, because I don't think it's a coincidence that this black male versus black female gender war is being initiated at the very same time that the U.S. government is pushing transgenderism on elementary black public school children. So is that a coincidence that while you're trying to disintegrate the black family through non-traditional forms of life, through black-on-black crime, through police genocide, through poor nutrition, poor healthcare, all these weapons, the Snow Bunny crisis, along with that, you see so many commercials now where it's the black man with the white woman or the black woman with the white man. Clearly, there's an agenda to brainwash our children into either being with someone of the same sex or someone of another race. And I think the gender wars coming at this time plays into the hand of the government's agenda to destroy the black community. On the other side, when we look at
Now, you're not on social media as much, and you're really not on Twitter as much, but it's always a topic every day or every other day about gender, about what a real man is supposed to be or what a real man is, or what women are or what they're not doing. What do you think about that? Because you see that shit consistently, especially on places like Twitter. Anybody who's on Twitter, they already know, or X, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But
right.
you know, like, it's literally some shit that happens every day.
I mean, everybody has their own opinions, but I just feel like women can't tell men what men need to do or to be men, and men can't tell women what to do to be women. Because at the end of the day, you need to just be your own genders. And as far as the bringing the transsexual stuff into elementary schools, that's a little bit too much. I feel like they kids, you gotta leave that alone until like their brains is a little bit developed, they're a little bit older.
But you know, you're gonna get a lot of pushback. People are gonna say, "Well, why?" Well, and people will say that a child already knows that they're not comfortable in their body. What do you say about that?
Nah, man. What? What, man? Children don't even know when they have to take a shit half the time. How the fuck they gonna know? Oh, I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl. Like, come on. Kids are easily influenced. You can tell a kid to run into a wall 1,000 times and they'll run into the wall and think that's entertainment to please you because they love you and pleasing you and it makes them feel good. So they'll run into that wall. You know what I'm saying? Kids are easily influenced.
Do you feel like it's an agenda being pushed?
Possibly. It is coincidental.
And if so, what would that be? What do you think the end game is? Like, what's the goal of that?
Destroy the black community.
Do you think it affects, but wouldn't it affect other communities at the same rate or potentially?
What community?
Like, say, like white communities, other communities as well.
How?
Because that's a lot of times who's being pushed by. Like, you see a lot of white people.
I feel like they just waited for one minority to attack itself, and then they just throw in more gasoline to the fire.
That's a good point.
You know, it's not like it was something that they were plotting at first.
Right.
It was like they waited until a minority started conflicting between, and then they push something else to.
I feel like black people are easily influenced.
Yeah.
Easily influenced, and that's a big problem within our community. If you put something, especially in the form of entertainment, or make it seem like it's not as bad as what it is, they eat that shit up. They eat that shit up, bro.
Oh yeah.
It is. It's too many of our people have like a childlike mentality when it comes to that.
Everyone wants to live on the fast line.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Dr. Umar gotta keep saying, bro. Let's see.
Topic.
They're not gonna listen.
You know, Dr. Umar,
They wouldn't listen.
had a lot of conversations with people about this topic, a lot of heated debates. People want to know, can you be pro-black and date outside your race?
Absolutely not.
And I got my good brother right here, you know, who's an advocate, and he says that you can be pro-black and date outside.
Impossible. You cannot. Marriage is a business. When you get married, you commit your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and your pocketbook, your savings, your estate, your wealth. You commit that to that person you're married to. See, when you marry, you don't marry an individual. You marry into a race. You marry into a community. So I didn't marry a Jewish woman. I married into Jewish society. I didn't marry an Asian woman. I married into an Asian family. There's no way you can claim to love black people, especially as a black man, knowing that only 1 out of every 4 black women will get married in her lifetime. We have the lowest female marriage rate in the country, 25%. That means 75% of black women will never, ever know what it feels like to be proposed to. And if you care about the black community, you got to care about saving the black family, because the family is the essential institution of a community. And the only way you can save a family is to build a family. You can only build a family with a black woman. Absolutely not. You cannot talk black, and sleep white. And why would the original man want a member of the race that enslaved and dehumanized you to carry your seed? Why would I, after the rape and the lynching and the slavery and the Willie Lynch and the Jim Crow and the police brutality and the economic apartheid
We need some
and the
answers,
gentrification and the AIDS and the Ebola, the West Nile, the COVID, the genetics, the eugenics, why would I want to take my original seed, God's seed, and put it in a cave-dwelling organism? Why would I want to do that?
Hey, that boy down the Umar be wildin'. What you think about that, bro? What's your opinion? Be honest.
Nah, bro. I feel like you can still be pro-black and date outside your race. Date, you know. He said date. He didn't say marry.
But aren't you dating to marry?
In some instances, but I mean,
What's the purpose of you dating now?
just be dating. You know what I'm saying? Love who you love, man. Don't be pro-black. You know what I'm saying? Stay black, don't crack all the time. That's like an always and forever. But like, you not cracking because she not blacking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I am saying?
No, I don't.
No,
Not at all. Nope, not one bit. I need you to explain how that goes.
Alright, jigs up. I have a girlfriend. She's biracial. And strongly 55% of that race is Irish. She technically would not qualify for Mr. Dr. Umar Johnson's black woman. She would be a cave-dwelling organism.
I don't know. It should be
Halfway. Because she is a black woman on the other half. And if I were to have children with that person, would they not be black? Would we not be a black family?
How black are you?
Well, guys, we're gonna, you know what? If we can get this video to 150 likes, that's it. 150 likes. I will show you the ancestry report of Indica Bendica. What am I? How black am I? Because I sure have said the N-word a few times.
Right?
So, hey, do I need to get my ass beat? 150 likes. Hey.
I don't think I would sit up here if you and just let a white person say that word. So I don't even think it takes 150 likes
for it. You thought that my mom used to say black people come in all different types of colors.
What? Yeah, they do. Light skin, dark skin, brown skin.
She white.
Yeah, see?
I'm just saying. That's what I call her. She not.
So you say you and your girl will make a 50% white shirt?
Man, bro. That'd be horrible. Alright, so say the kids came out looking albino.
You come out with a little Connor?
Would still be a black family, because I'm black.
So, okay. So say you got a little Connor, right?
Little Conrad.
Say white with curly hair. It's like my dad black, my mom half black. I can say the N word.
No, Connor, no. You cannot say the N word, nigga.
I'm just saying. Hey, listen. I don't know about being pro-black and dating outside your race.
You don't think it's possible?
No, I don't.
Alright, so say
I don't think it's possible.
okay.
I don't. There's no saying, and that mean, hey, and that's okay.
Yeah, nah.
That's
You're
okay.
allowed to love who you love.
Absolutely, I will never judge anybody for that. But
So are you pre-pro-black if you just date outside the community?
This motherfucker, right? No, I feel like you can still love your community. You can still love black people, but I just feel like your opinions are gonna be jaded in some sort of way because of the person who you're laying down with. Okay. There'll always be some type of conflict of interest, and if not, it's gonna weigh on your relationship with this person because at one point to be pro-black is to I'm not pro-black is not anti-white. Let's get that
exactly.
straight. And that's what I want to say. Pro-black is not anti-white, but I feel like a lot of white people feel that way.
Yeah, right.
They feel like it, and that's the problem.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not a race war. We don't care about y'all. Y'all care about us.
Like,
y'all hate us so much that you love us, and it's crazy.
So I'm not saying to be pro-black is to like shit on white people or none of that, but I just feel like if you're dating a white person, or if you're dating a person who's out, you know, who considers themselves to not be black, for you to be pro-black is for you to talk more about blackness, or for you to stand more for blackness than somebody would be comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And that's what it boils down to. Like, a lot of people aren't comfortable around someone who's pro-black for their own conflicts that they may have with whatever propaganda that they may have heard or read or seen due to black stereotypes. And that's what it kind of boils down to. Like, so if you already have your own view of black people in a certain way that is, you think of them as being criminal, being just, you know, loud, obnoxious, unsettling, not being
ghetto.
Exactly. So if you already have those notions in your mind, to see someone who's pro-black and for you to be another race, you're gonna so it's always gonna be a conflict. It's just never gonna sit right. And that's just my view on it, man. But hey, listen, hop in the comments, let us know. Yo, we're gonna post a link for the video so you can watch it. We jumped around. Shouts out to Daily Wrap Up Crew. I'm a big fan of their content. I always fuck with them. So if you like it, definitely go check them out. Check the video out. But hey man, what's that saying?
Stay black, don't crack.
We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Without you hush, I have visions of your touch. I got lust for life for us, so replace the lies with trust. Call up Nino, that's your brother. Tell him favor me or hate it. I done snatch your sister up, and we going on vacation.